Merry Christmas! I'm Clemency, this is Virginia from the Crowvus Team. Unfortunately we couldn't drag the others into the room to make this video, so you've just got us. We wanted to make a video to share with you our excitement about everything that's been happening this year and everything that's going to happen next year. So just to recap, 2019 was a fantastic last year of the tenties decade. The tenties decade, yes. So we published 6 books, which was, I think, a record for us, wasn't it? Yeah. So that included number 1, my book.
Consequences was number 1.
Number 1, Consequences, which was as a result of Book Week Scotland the year before. So that was a selection of short stories. It is free for anybody who would like to read it. Number 2 was
your book.
My book.
But your little book.
My little book. Fantastic Fantasy Feasts and Where to Find Them. It is a fantastic, tongue-in-cheek, satirical viewpoint on fantasy worlds. I love fantasy, so I love making fun of it. Next one.
My book.
Jenny, say something about your book.
My book's amazing. If you haven't read it, you're missing out. Beneath Black Clouds and White, it's all about the human side of the abolition movement, and focuses on people involved in the forces during the French Revolutionary Wars.
It is really good. It is the prequel to Days Dying Glory, but you don't have to read Days Dying Glory to read Beneath Black Clouds and White. There is also going to be a sequel, I believe, published in 2021, which is also absolutely excellent, but it's still in the drafting stages. Book number 4, which is...
No, it's actually not. Oh, it's Rosie Jane.
Which is Rosie Jane. Yes, Rosie Jane by Susan Crowe is a kids book. It's a picture book and it's a poem book, and the kids love it. It was launched at a local primary school during our local book festival, and I think it was a big success.
It was a very big success, yeah.
People loved
They loved it.
Yeah.
And they created their own book from it, which is also available
Yeah.
on our website, but not officially like published yet.
Yes, but Rosie Jane's is published.
Yes.
And there are good classroom resources available on Susan Crowe's website as well, which I will put a link to down below in the description. Book number 5.
5.
My book!
I don't remember that one at all.
Taking Wing! That's what it was called, wasn't it?
It was.
Taking Wing by me! It is a brilliant book. It's wonderful. You need to read it. It is.
It is actually really, really good. It reached the Amazon bestseller list, which is a token of just how good it was. Is, in fact, not was, is. Yeah.
Next door to Rick Riordan on the hot new releases page, which was exciting. So it is about... It's for middle grade readers, but adults really enjoy it as well, apparently. Yay. I like reading middle grade too. So it's about this girl who kind of stumbles across these ancient tribes, and they're people who can turn themselves into birds. And there's this war that's been going on for like hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's very exciting and magical.
all good ingredients for an amazing book.
And book number 6. Which must have been the ghost story book, the annual Crowvus ghost story book, which we really, really love compiling. We don't write any of the stories for it. Hello! we don't write any of the stories for it, but we judge them. We set up a competition every year, and people can send in their short stories, their ghost stories, and we have to pick out the ones that we like best, and it's really difficult but really enjoyable at the same time.
It's true.
That was published only a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And it's
start of December.
already available on our website. Not yet available on Amazon, is that right?
That's why we are talking This hopefully we're going to get a compilation of all 3 of the ghost story books that we've had so far. So this is our 3rd year of it, and put them together in one giant ebook. So we're hoping that that is on the horizon very shortly.
So next year is going to be even more exciting. Next year, not only are we publishing 5 books, which we should take you through, or should we do that in a minute?
We'll do that in a minute.
Okay, 5 books. We are also branching out into something that we have never done before. In January, we are looking for another author to join our team. It is so exciting and a little bit scary at the same time. But how it works is, we're going to take part in the Expo North Twitter pitch, and we're going to see what things people come up with, and if we really like an idea, we're going to get in contact with the author and start a dialogue with them. Now, there's a couple of things about this. Something about playground, probably.
Yep.
So there are a couple of things you need to know about this exciting new part of our business. Okay, so there are a couple.
I think we need to just leave that bit.
Oh dear. So there are a couple of things to know about this exciting new part of our business. Firstly, we are currently running a crowdfunding campaign to make sure that we can have as big a marketing push as possible for our new author. So we don't expect the new author to pay for anything, obviously. We don't want to go down that vanity publishing road. So we are getting together as much funds as possible to print all the books and to have a real good push when it comes to publishing this author's work. We don't know who the author is yet. We've not even sat down and figured out what sort of book we are looking for.
No.
Because so far we've published a real range of things, so we've not quite decided. I really love kids' books. Ginny really loves historical fiction. So it's going to be really interesting figuring out what we actually want from another author. So at the moment we are running a crowdfunding campaign to give the author, hopefully a debut author, because it's nice to support people like that, and to give the author the best push that we can. The link is down in the description below. It runs out at the end of December.
That's it, yeah.
And
don't wait until the very end, of Hogmanay, because I think it actually closes a little bit earlier on the 31st. So get in there quick.
And there are fantastic rewards for readers and writers. So check it out. And if you're interested, and if you've got any questions, get in touch. If you're interested, please do pledge, because you will be supporting a new author, which is pretty much the most amazing thing that you can do with your money. Yes, I think that's about...
Yeah, so next year's books?
Yes, next year's books. So we are publishing 5 books next year, because the new author will probably, we'll see them through next year and publish it in 2021.
We're already planning for that too.
Yeah, just to make sure that it is the best that it possibly can be. Editing, redrafting, editing. So the 5 books that we're publishing next year are, number 1.
Oh, sorry.
It's your
yes,
book.
Caledon, which is a slight sort of change in direction for me, because it's still historical fiction, but it's historical fantasy. So yes, if you love Scottish history at all and like kind of speculative historical fiction, then this is for you. We've been running it for free up until the end of this year, and then it will be vanishing from the free lists, and on the 22nd of January it comes out as a paperback book. So yeah,
it is really, really good, especially if you're interested in Scottish history and a bit of exciting adventure fantasy thrown into the mix. The second book that we are publishing is
Child of Nature.
is Susan Crow's third book with us. It is linked in with her first book, Child of the Isle, but this one is focusing more on nature. So it is called Child of the Earth. Child of the Earth.
That's it, not Child of Nature.
And it's nature writing at its very best.
That's where Child of Nature came from.
It is being published in April in time for the John O'Groats Book Festival. So keep your eye out for that one.
It's in March, actually.
It's being published in March in time for the John O'Groats Book Festival. So keep your eye out for that one. We can edit.
And number 3.
Number 3 is...
ABBA. There's...
Oh yeah. Number 3 was inspired by the Ghost Story competition. Now, I admit that I have never seen a ghost knowingly, but the other Crowvus authors have. So what we decided to do was write our own true stories about our ghostly experiences. I believe it's going to be a free ebook, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, free ebook. We're going to publish it around the time that our Ghost Story competition comes out, so
That's
it will
in May.
be in May next year. It is, I think it's all going to be true stories, isn't it?
Yes.
Things that we have experienced.
Yeah.
Although I've never seen a ghost, I have experienced feelings and things as well. So, well, my stories probably won't be as interesting because you won't get to see anything. So, but particularly Susan Crow, she's seen so many books. She's seen so many ghosts. Okay, this is going crazy. Okay.
Number 4!
Number 4 is
Dance With Me.
Dance With Me by
But not
Judith.
Dance With Me.
Okay. Do, 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 do. Number 4 is Dance With Me. It is a young adult fantasy and it is about folk songs. So some of you who know folk songs may recognise this name Dance With Me. It was sung by Steeleye Span. I don't know who wrote it, if it was or whether it was a traditional one or not. I'm not sure.
No idea.
But it's about this girl who stumbles into a land where folk songs come true. And of course some folk songs are good and some folk songs are bad. So you get quite a bit of suspense in that book. It is really, really good. That is going to be published in October. It's in the final stages of editing at the moment. So so keep an eye out for that one. The 5th book and final book is, of course, our annual Ghost Story competition book. So we don't know what's going into that. It's really exciting. It's the only one we don't know anything about. But it will be published at the end of November.
Or beginning of December. Usually it's the Monday closest to, say, the 30th of November.
Yeah. So it will be out in time for Christmas. And that's it.
Yeah. Bless you. Yeah. So...
Oh, what a year. 2 years.
Exactly. Yeah. And all exciting things coming up.
And I have nothing published next year.
But the year after...
Yeah. Year after. So I'm going to spend this year really polishing. I've got the first draft done of all of them, but it's a bit kind of... Oh. So I'm going to spend this year redrafting, editing, so they're all ready for coming out in 2021. Exciting times.
Very exciting times.
So,
and you get to be a part of it.
Yes. So please do visit our crowdfunding page. Take a look at the pledges. We're not expecting you to give money for nothing. There are some pretty awesome pledges going around. So so take a look before the 31st of December. But I think all that's left to say now is...
Merry Christmas!